Okay, awesome. Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I'm not sure where we're going to start here. Is it going to be straight out of the cutscene in the middle of a huge fight? I'm guessing probably so. We'll have to see. But hello everyone, it's currently very early in the morning. I can't sleep, basically. I haven't slept tonight and I can't sleep. So I've decided, you know what, I wanna play some Tomb Raider with you guys. So this should be awesome. And I'm thinking of doing a pretty nice long sit down as well, because last episode was obviously a little bit of a shorter one. So yeah. Yes, we are in the fight. Okay, and I need to turn my volume down. How did I miss that? Okay. I don't think you can miss that. Right, yeah, so like I said at the end of the last episode, this is actually kind of a difficult encounter. One of the more difficult ones in the game, really. I can't think of too many areas that are more difficult than this, especially on hard mode. The main problem is, and I'm going to fail. Undoubtedly, I'm going to fail. The main problem is basically that you're going to get charged from a certain, like, more than one angle, basically. And there's not too much decent cover around. Like, look, I took one shot and then I'm almost out completely. I find myself while I'm playing this, like, I slowly move around on the right, but that won't necessarily happen here, I'm not sure. First of all, I think they kind of want you to exhaust all of your arrow, all of, like, your ammo for the arrows, at least. And then if you can shoot that guy off of the wire and his buddies, and that might be helpful too. You can see that there's some, like, explosive barrels nearby as well. Those are very handy to kind of stay alive. Ah, you did not just throw that at me. Those are kind of handy to stay alive when people start rushing up this sort of alleyway in front of me here. And please die. Ah, this weapon is so inaccurate. Uh-oh. This is what I'm talking about. Blow them up, thank you. But of course they're in short supply, and they're going to run out after a while. I'm not done, am I? No, of course I'm not. I remember this being really hard, so if I just get through this without any trouble, I'll be... Well, I don't know whether I'll be upset, actually. Oh, wait. I thought I had alt fire for the pistol already. This is definitely a machine gun moment. How did he fall off there? That was amazing. Oh, whoa. I've been caught on fire. Not good. Down you go. Someone's throwing fire at me. We're going to have to deal with that in a second. Oh, come on. No. See what I'm talking about? Do you see that? If commentary is off on this video, it is because it's very... Like, I'm tired, but I can't sleep. I don't know, this has been happening to me, like, a lot recently. I'm not sure what it is. You guys get that where you're mentally tired, but... Like, I don't know, or maybe it's the other way around, but you've still got a lot of energy. Maybe it's just because I, like, did not do very much exercise at all today, and I've still got, like, lots of energy going. I don't know. We're also going to cut forward. Yeah, you're going to throw fire at me. We're also going to cut forward until I feel like I'm generally at the same place. Ah, that would have been an amazing shot. So I'll see you guys in a sec. When I've kicked some more enemy bum. I think I'm doing alright. I'm very low on the machine gun ammo at the moment. But once again, okay, this is about the same place. This is a good place to bring it back. I think you're the guy that killed me before, and I have to reload. That was terrible timing. Thank God he was a bad shot. He killed me very quickly before. Now, there was another dude throwing fire at me just now. Oh, that's it. Okay, cool. There's definitely still a guy around, though, isn't there? I can turn my volume back up, I think. Okay, so cool. Right, there were a couple of things I wanted to mention last episode as well. I know there were a couple of minutes in already. And I was like, I'll come back to this, I'll come back to it. Never did go back to it in the end. What I wanted to mention was, we were on the phone to Roth just now, and he was like, oh, I'm still on my way down the mountain. And of course, we parachuted down, and there was this whole big thing about us getting down the mountain. I quite like the idea that he was on his way down the mountain too. Like, he had a head start on us, and you know how that pole broke and it, like, couldn't support our weight? I like the idea that at the top of that waterfall, it somehow supported his. Though, of course, there's nothing that says it has to have, like, he has to have taken that route. But that's something that, I don't know, it just sprang to my mind when I first saw it. And I thought, hey, if I ever LP this game, that should be something I'll mention. So there we go. I'm honouring that thought. Okay, we got a skill point. Do I finally have enough for this? I swear, I'm going to keep coming to this so many times. No, I don't. Right, well, let's continue on with Hunter then for the added experience. Execute enemies at point blank with a pistol. Well, I can't get that right now anyway, so... Ignore that. Let's just go increase strength to increase maximum ammunition capacity. This is actually a really good like trait to pick. I kind of think it's one of those that you can't appreciate though unless you get it quite late in the game. My first time playing through, I picked that thing up like super late, and I could really feel like a lack of ammo. I could feel it draining on me, and it got to the point where I really wanted the trait. I think a lot of times like the upgrades you can get for this game are pretty good, but you also you can get them before you desperately need them, so that makes it feel not as good as it could when you do. Whoa, hello. When you finally do get them, does that make sense? Ow, that looks so painful, and yet you survive somehow. It's not cool, dude. Oh, come on, reload. Okay, you're clearly at too much range. We'll just we'll just tap, and then you'll die, and you'll suffer an excruciating death. So yeah, like that ammo thing is certainly one of those traits that you can take, one of the things you can spend skill points on, that if you do wait just that little bit longer in the game, I almost feel like your enjoyment of the game and your appreciation for the skill system will be higher, really, just because you've left it that little bit longer. But then I don't know whether there's something to be said about handicapping yourself like deliberately for it. I guess that's what I was trying to get at in another video I did recently. Maybe it was the last Tomb Raider, where I was talking about like how I always like try to play efficiently, and it seems weird to handicap yourself even though it gives you more enjoyment necessarily. Yeah, it's always kind of one of those weird things that I kind of like struggle with. So anyway, what are we doing? We're in the shanty town. We're now all patched up. And our current objective is, we're on what's called Highway to Hell, and our current objective is to find a way to the Solari stronghold, and we need to reach the gate under the bridge, basically. So once again, obviously we can survival instincts to have a look at the beacon. Well, this is a really cool, very nicely designed area that I think shows off their new game engine very well, because you've got kind of all of these intricate places you can go into. You can get shot like, oh, come on, really? You've got lots of like winding alleyways and close, tight spaces all over the place here that are really well populated. There's lots of detail here to be seen, right? Including like challenges, but actually which I should do as well before we progress too far. So you've got all of these, but then on a very large scale you can look really far away, and actually there are explorable places. So can you see that building up there and that bridge up there, like all the way over there? It doesn't really look like it's a part of the map at all, does it? Just, you know, kind of nicely detailed backgrounds. That's all a part of the shanty town. It's very, very cool. It really is, and I quite like it, because as you're playing through this whole area, you're slowly gonna like be looking back on areas you've been before, and that's a really cool feeling. I really enjoy that. So anyway, right, why am I stood about like a prat? Well, that's because we've got two challenges here. We've got one called Silencer and one called Laid to Rest. I can't actually remember what Silencer is. Interesting. But the Laid to Rest one's a pretty cool challenge that on my first run through I like missed completely until I came back here right at the end of the game. Quite easy to miss, I would say, but it ties into this new upgrade we've got for the bow. So now we can just sort of hip and scop. Now we can hop and skip across that now that we're not wounded. Now that we've got this upgrade for the bow that allows us to burn things, we can actually set fire to these like effigies, basically. There's not much that would kind of make you realise that they're interactable. The game gets a little bit more cruel with these. The skull drops off, as you can see there. But these are actually unlocking the... why hasn't that given me progress? These are like the later... Oh no, okay, so you... Oh god, who's shooting me? Where am I being shot from? Behind me? Or around on the left? Are you around on the left? So, there you are. And now you're dead. I think you're from the previous thing. So you burn them down, and then you're going to interact with it with a rope shot, I believe, as well. So, middle mouse button. There we go. And once you pull them down, you get the Laid to Rest challenge. So these are easy to miss. As I say, I didn't see them at all on my first run through. Like I had to come right back for them. And the most hidden one, I suppose, is back there, because if you think of the progression of the level, you're not really back up here. You get the lighter thing, and you're plonked into an encounter right here. And I don't think you can even jump back up that. You might be able to. No, you can't, so you've got to go all the way around. And there's 5 of them to find. There should be another one sort of in sight from here, if I remember correctly. Again, I sort of haven't test run this one. I was tempted to, but last time I was going to do the test run, I ended up doing post-commentary, so I was like, meh. I find it a crime that we're 10 minutes in and we're also at the start of where the video began. There it is, it's up there. Is that it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so you can burn this one down. It's just under that tent. So it's quite cruel. It is quite cruel, I gotta say. And then I'm a little bit too far away to actually aim at that, so let's try and climb up. The other cool thing about the shantytown that I quite like what they do is they put you in it injured. at first, and again, all the sort of tight up close spaces that you've got to deal with from being in that situation, like where you're wounded. But as soon as now that we're all patched up, you'll see it's much more free roaming. You can do an awful lot more stuff around here now, and you can really take advantage of a lot of kind of the very fluid platforming that they've added, like hopping up onto this, for example, which is a lot of fun. And it's just one of those areas I appreciate quite a lot, because there's a lot of small bits of detail should you want to stop. Now that we've got the shotgun, there's a lot of different areas that we can interact with to like blow open. We've got this challenge going on where we can burn stuff now. You know, it gets pretty interesting. Speaking of interesting, we've actually got a pickup here.
There are over 100 of us now. We've started work clearing out the old palace, and soon construction will begin on a city around the base of the mountain. The Japanese built a cargo holding system here years ago that we've gotten up and running again. Matthias claims we're building in honor of the Sun Queen, like some ancient Egyptian monument, but it's obvious what's going on here. Matthias is stalling for time. This massive project is just to keep them distracted, even with the rituals and storms and rampant killings. It's only a matter of time before they turn against him. And when they do, I'll be ready to take control.
Again, this guy is like such a fascinating character. Lara says, the Solari are organized. They have rules and a purpose. Matthias has seen to that. But like most cults, they're collectively mad. Very interesting. I like this idea of, you know, you get all these stranded, marooned, essentially men on this island, and you want to form some kind of a cult. You want to make them your people. How do you stop them becoming bored, basically, and becoming mutinous? And he just sets them to meaningless work, which works for a lot of ways for this game, for the story particularly. I think it's quite nice because it can explain a lot of the environments we go to and kind of how stuff like this shanty town, if you think about it, is a rather impressive feat to have sort of developed and created all this stuff. It's kind of a scary thought that anyone would be living here, but then it's kind of a scary thought too that there's hundreds of these people here now. And of course that works nicely to explain how we can get away with killing so many of them. As in any game. So, you know, they kind of have to push the Solari to that point in the story, don't they? They have to establish them as this very large cult, but with, I guess, humble beginnings as well, because they say, you know, Matthias came alone, or, well, he didn't come alone, he sort of doomed the people to come with him, but you get what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm going to have a quick look here. Why are these things identified, I hear you asking, instead of other stuff on the map, despite the fact we haven't like found the treasure map yet? Well, that's because I use survival instincts from quite high up. And can you see I was saying map updated, point of interest revealed? This is because of that trait we took before. So by doing that, you can actually discover stuff. There's a lot of different ways to discover things, a lot of ways that they kind of streamlined the game here. Which, as I say, I think is quite fun. I think that... Oh, okay, and there's a trap here too. There aren't many of these in the game at all. They're more of a multiplayer thing, as I've explained before. I think that maybe in some ways the game kind of has too many ways to find stuff. This system I'm using right now to discover stuff is kind of redundant, to be honest, because it's so easy to find stuff once you've got the treasure map. So they kind of step on each other's toes a little bit. I feel like if the game was a bit longer, maybe, then they would have more time to shine as individual features before sort of you unlock later and easier means to find stuff, but whatever. I hope I'm making sense.
This is a right fucking mess. So much for a quiet retirement. If I find Roth somewhere on this goddamn island, I'm gonna punch him square in the mouth for bringing us here. And then the two of us will kill every last one of these crazed sons of bitches. It'll be just like the old days, minus Dickie Croft. If he was alive, he'd want to study these bastards. Some kind of twisted religious cult. He'd find them fascinating. I hope his daughter knows better and finds a good place to hide. These nut jobs are dangerous, and I worry about those kids. Alex, Sam, this place will eat them alive.
That would be quite a scary thing, really, for Lara to read, considering this is like such a tough, grizzled guy, and he's basically saying, look, this is just going to destroy you. I don't know how much attention I've brought to it, but I certainly want to now. This idea that in the past there were three guys. There was Lara's father, along with Roth, and along with Grimm. And we're kind of learning a bit about that. The role that Lara's father plays in this game, I think, is very important, and they do it in a really good way. So I just kind of want to keep bringing your attention back to the father figure, and I'll kind of explain myself and what I think they're doing with the story and the franchise and stuff towards the end of the game. And my phone just went off and like made me poo myself, basically. So yeah, we'll get back to this. Lara says, though, Grimm's right, my father would want to study these Solari, so we're learning a bit more about the guy, but he'd also do anything to save his friends, so, you know. He sounded like a bit of a hero right now, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Also, so the base camp's over here. I'm just going to try and, like, meander my way through relics and stuff closer to where we came in originally, basically. And I'm going to keep spamming Q as well, because, hey, why not? Got another one of these to go in. And is this a relic, or it'll be a relic, won't it?
In Edo, Japan, traditional men's garments had no pockets. Inro were miniature containers used to hold personal effects, like an ancient form of wallet.
Wallet pocket thing. I really like this idea, and I don't know why, but when this, well, no, I guess I do know why, but when she says that traditional men's garments had no pockets, I can picture the trousers so perfectly in my head. I really can. It's from watching too much anime and stuff, but I really can picture exactly what these people would look like, and this is a very cool thing to learn about too, which undoubtedly I'll forget like within a week, doubtless. Maybe I won't because I've mentioned that, but Inro. Okay, so quite interesting. So we're going to be finding Inro here in the Shanty town. As you can see, these are all located here. Once again, they're all kind of bound up thematically. And let's break our way through there as well. And is that about it? That's my question. See, there is one perk to finding high ground here as well, because we can scout for stuff through walls and things. If you've got high ground and you look sort of slowly over the landscape, who knows what you're like seek out pretty easily. There's another thing here though, of course, so we can burn this down. I suppose survival instincts is a really nice way of finding these for the challenge. I guess I just glossed over them. I don't know, maybe you guys, if you've played the game, you can tell me whether you found them first time, but this one did feel like a little bit cruel to me. It's not the worst challenge in the game by a long shot, like by a really long way. The worst challenge is just like, I can't wait to show you guys it, because it's such an incredible dick move they pull off. But I think it's so cool that they do it as well, really, because the old Tomb Raiders used to be so punishing. Like, Tomb Raider 2 had a secret where you had to pull out a block from a wall that looked no different to the rest of the wall, and then on the other side was like a room with like just a massive pit, and you had no indication there was any way to get across that pit, and the entire way through the game there'd been no mechanics or anything to demonstrate to you that you could get across pits like this. But in this one particular room behind this block that looked like the rest of the wall that you just so happened to have chanced upon, there's an invisible bridge you can walk on. Like, and it's not like Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark where there's like queues that exist. It's just there. It's such a dick move, and it's just for one secret. It's crazy. It really is. Anyway, little GPS cache hidden in here. Always worth checking out. We don't have to be too thorough here either. I'm more than happy to return to these areas. But as I say, since we're recording a little bit more long form today, we can relax. We can smell the roses. We can find some four-leafed clovers. I was actually reading about people like picking four-leaf clovers the other day, and like some people are like, oh, I find them everywhere I go, and I just kind of feel like they probably just live in an area where there's like a strain of like clover that produces a lot of four-leafed versions, and it's not something they should be proud of, but I'm probably just jealous. How do we get inside this thing? Okay, we go in through there. Easy. There's something very satisfying about shotgunning your way through this stuff, especially because of the crack of the gun. Like, I really quite like the sound effect it plays, particularly in this area. Like, listen to this. Like, just the way it cracks through the hills. Ah, so good. I don't care about guns at all, and I don't really understand people that, like, are really super big into guns and stuff, but man, that feels good. Okay, so we've got this building as well. We can climb up. Shoot through here. And we've got another item.
This might be Yuan Dynasty. Could it be from Kublai Khan's lost fleet?
I don't know. Who's Kublai Khan? Like, I've got no idea. I'm also really worried whenever I come onto these whether I should, like, examine too early, because it might, like, interrupt the dialogue when I find the hidden information.
Oh wait, it's a fake. Made in China.
Ah, see, so do you remember ages ago well, not that long ago in the LP, but in the LP where I was like, oh, you find extra information and sometimes it comes out. And the first one we found, what was it? It was like there was a price tag on it. And I said they don't use that cop-out too often. I think this is the only other time they use that general idea that it's a fake. I think this is the only time I remember that happens again. And even then, it's not that we found a label this time. It's because it says made in China. So, very cool. I like it anyway. This is the kind of crap I'd keep anyway. When I was a kid, I found like keys. Like, we have a graveyard near our house. Like, this is going to sound so awesome, but we have a graveyard near, well, we used to, where we used to live, there was a graveyard. And, like, I found a really old rusty key. Like, it was so cool. This is a graveyard where there are, like, ruins as well, like, old church ruins that we used to climb around on and stuff, and looking really authentic. They were from, like, the 16th century or something. Really old ruins, okay? Very cool place near this old graveyard that's not actually used anymore, like, because all the old graves there are too old and that. And yeah, I found like this really rusty key. Like, I cannot describe to you guys how rusty it is, but that was like a prized possession of mine, just like scavenging for stuff. And I always wished that, like, out on my explorations as a kid around our town, like, I'd find something that good, but I never did. I once found this weird, like, alloy thing, like this metallic alloy thing that looked sort of like a duck. It was like, but it wasn't meant to look like a duck, and I thought it was like this really cool thing. And I even took it in to show to my science teacher as well, and he was like, oh well, this is just an alloy, this is nothing. And I was like, oh, because it looked like super shiny on the inside. I feel bad for young me because I was really excited about that, and then it just turned out to be nothing. Where is this? Do you know what I need to get in the habit of doing? I keep guffing about how good this system is, and then I'm not using it at all. So we've got a relic in there, just on the other side of that wall. We're basically just destroying the shanty town. Oh, look, at another dead moose. Brilliant. Well, let's open it up and see.
A Ming Dynasty jade figurine. But this one looks genuine.
And is it genuine? Yes, no extra hidden information. There's no kind of, like, indication that Lara's actually keeping all of this stuff. A big thing of her in the old games was, first of all, she had 2 pistols. This was kind of a big thing about Lara Croft. She had like her dual-wielding pistols. Talked about that on the LP already. But another big thing about Lara Croft was her backpack. She always had this very iconic backpack in the previous games, and it even went so far as in the 4th game, they kind of explained where she got it from. And it was really quite cool, actually. It was a very cool part of her character after a while. This game, there is no such backpack. And as I say, there's no indication that she's keeping any of these secrets and things either. She just seems to sort of absorb them into her being, and then that's it. And we're not going to question it any further. But anyway, so we've had a bit of an idea of the shanty town here. We've got one more pickup that seems to be near the next area. So we're going to progress. I'm pretty sure there's more stuff I can do for the achievement as well. So I should watch out. Oh, is this just a secret tomb? Oh. Oh, what? And another trap. This is crazy. Have they, like, had an update? Oh, I should mention, guys, actually. There has been an update. Die! Yeah, excuse me while I just deal with these guys. Oh, that was a great headshot, if I don't say so myself. Oh my god, this is a lot of guys, and I don't have much machine gun ammo. I remember doing this last time, and I had loads of machine gun ammo, and I just, like, drilled these guys out. And he's down, and he's down. Yeah, because there's going to be like 1,000,000 corpses. I remember this so clearly. Like, this is a pretty crazy encounter right here. It's not as hard as the one we started the episode with, though. It's just sort of, oh, don't say that and then die. Don't say that and then die. I should get my shotgun out. Oh, the shotgun doesn't feel powerful enough sometimes. Are we done? Yeah, look at all these bodies. Look at all these bodies. Yeah, because I guess because you're in a choke point, you can just kind of hammer them as they come at you. But look at this. Look at these guys that attack you. And then you just get to run through and just loot every single one of them. It's brilliant, and get a lot of your arrows back and stuff. Yeah, I think this is just a tomb here. I don't know how I kind of wound up coming to this tomb without really being there. But as you can see, there's a cache underneath this. This is actually the entrance to the tomb too. So as ever, we're going to use our bow to kind of break our way through. A pretty unique entrance
Another
as well.
Sacrifice. My God, what's driven them to this?
Well, we'll find out, Lara. I shouldn't have shot that person there. A pretty interesting entrance to the tomb too. I don't think you see this too frequently in the game, so enjoy it, I guess. No, Lara, go down, go down. I was going to drop you down easily. A nice little GPS cache here too. And what do you guys say we get our treasure map, eh? While we go through this lovely, very well hidden loading screen here. And yeah, so I don't know, what else is there to talk about outside of Tomb Raider at the moment? I started doing the daily deal. I also said I was going to do like a channel update video. I might still do one. I felt like it was really needed when I first put out that daily deal video because like it's a big change for the channel. But I also kind of think the videos will speak for themselves at some point, and I'm very hesitant to do channel update videos. Ever since my last one, I like promised to do all this stuff and then never like pulled it off. So I don't know, I'm a bit hesitant to do that kind of stuff, but I might in the end anyway. And now that we can burn these down, by the way, it makes a lot of like those previous puzzles to actually get access to them really easy and really trivial. So let's drop down here. I don't know whether you can just drop and you'll be fine. You probably will, but I like to climb down a little bit. So yeah, like that's going on. It's definitely my goal to start having like 2 videos a day, a daily deal, and then Tomb Raider. And then once Tomb Raider's over, I'll probably have my Oculus Rift, and then I could maybe do some LPs of that. And that'll always be punctuated with Guild Wars 2 stuff.
Queen. This was once a sacred place.
But sorry, that didn't. I mean, we didn't really have much to talk about in there anyway. But yes, so this is the next tomb. A pretty cool one. You know, one thing I'd like to credit the tombs with, to be honest, that I haven't credited them with so far, is they're all very unique in terms of like their environments. They really are. So what we want to do on this one is pretty simple. We want to throw weights onto this lift here to slowly weigh it down. And I think it's going to take maybe 4 cans or so. So once you've basically got the idea of what we're trying to do here, it just becomes a question of finding the cans, and the cans themselves aren't hidden too like difficultly. There you go, only 3 of them, and then it gets weighed down. So now that that's been weighed down, I'm winging this, by the way, guys. Literally, you're seeing me work it out for the first time in a few months. Now that it's been weighed down, what are we doing? Are we getting just the right amount of weight and then letting it lift us back up? I guess we probably are. So now that it's been weighed down, let's throw this stuff off. I'll pretend to be the expert, and then when it fails, I'll like miraculously cut. So, no. See, Lara alone is enough weight to keep it down. So that's clearly not it. Unless I was weighing the wrong thing down, mayhaps? Oh, unless I have to jump. Yeah, okay. I think what I have to do is jump on it now. Jump, jump, jump. Ah. Okay, I'm going to cut it until I've got them back on there. What I think I have to do is weigh it, like, get rid of the weights except maybe 1 can, or maybe all of them. And then as it's riding back up, I'll use that, like, forward momentum, basically, to jump on myself, and then I'll get the height before it, like, counterbalances with my own weight, if that makes sense. That's what I think we've got to do. And the picture will speak far greater than my words as soon as I cut. So, 1 sec. Alright, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to throw one off. The trick here, basically, is I've just got to be quicker than I was just now. So, 1, 2, 3, go. Go, 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 go. Come on. Right, leap onto it. Oh, that wasn't too early? Yes, there we go. Pretty simple.
Solari defile these ancient ruins, but also worship it.
That is interesting, and I don't really remember the answer to that question, how they've done that. I guess it's because it's just a cult of personality. Cult of personality. It's just a cult that's come from Matthias, and that somehow warped what they're believing and what they're worshipping, which of course hasn't been fully explained yet, but as a part of the mystery, and that's why we're still watching, I guess, right? So let's come on up. And here we go. I think maybe the thing that the tombs are missing is like a couple of chambers per tomb would probably be like a nicer touch. One day I'll get that perfectly and I'll be indistinguishable from Lara Croft. But yeah, there we go. Tomb raided. Well of Tears complete. Skill point. And a Shanty Town relic map found. So we've now got a treasure map of all the relics, which is awesome. And we can back out. And yes, as I was saying as well, The game is quite DLC friendly. It seems to have been designed, as I've mentioned, from the ground up kind of. There's a lot of places when I played through on my first run through of the game that looked like they'd be perfect entrances for tombs. And tombs are kind of the big theme of the DLC, as well as extra PvP maps, so it would seem. And DLC has started trickling out, which is good, because, you know, all those people that kind of rushed their LPs just as the game came out, you know, I could have very easily been one of them. I started doing it just as the game came out, sort of, almost, you know, give or take a week. But because we're still kind of going, what this does mean is that I can show you guys that stuff, like at the end of the LP. If it's any good, I'll be looking at some reviews myself, at the very least, to see whether it's worth the money. If it is, yeah, I'll be showing you guys all that extra stuff, which should be very cool. I'm wondering if we're going to get any, like, significant size DLC for this game, or whether they're just like working on the new one already, because I'm very sure there's going to be a new one. Anyway, look, we got a document and a relic over there, so let's grab that before we head over to our objective. Does that sound good? And here's the next bit of the challenge too that I was looking for, so we'll grab that and burn that one away. Easy enough. Oh, I've actually got to knock that down. Did I remember to do that on the previous one? I don't know whether I did actually. 4 out of 5 effigies destroyed. I actually think this is one of those cool challenges that gives you more like effigies than you need, which is great. So you don't have to worry too much about this. It's just kind of knowing that it's the challenge. That's the thing with this one. I believe the other challenge, I can't quite remember. I think it might be like knocking down some little skull things perhaps, or maybe lighting fires. Quite similar to something we've done already in the LP as far as I remember. But yes, so we're looking to go up here. How do we go up? Can I get on this box? Can I get on top of that? No. There must be a way. Okay, here we go. And then of course we've got like the white markings on this piece of wood here that lets us know we can scramble up it. And check it out. We've got a document.
Matthias has us look for physically strong men for the Brotherhood, but none too smart. They must be willing to take orders and work. Any who question or resist are immediately killed. And the women, Matthias decides their fate. Most are sacrificed to the Dark Walkers, but some are chosen for the ritual. We put up with this insane ceremony. Some brothers are even starting to believe in it. Something clearly controls the storms around this cursed island, and it will never let us leave. Father Matthias claims to speak to it. Her, this Sun Queen spirit, or whatever it is. I don't know what to believe. I'm just doing what I can do to survive.
Right, so this is probably one of the greatest insights into the Solari way of life that we've seen so far, and why they're doing what they're doing. So Matthias is kind of controlling them at the moment through this claim that he's speaking to the spirit of the island, or as he seems to call it, the Sun Queen spirit. Interesting. The other interesting thing as well that I think is quite a disconnect in this bit of text is they're talking about the Dark Walkers, which seem really mysterious and weird to us, that they're sacrificing things to the Dark Walkers. And that seemed really weird to us, but he seems to, you know, take that for granted and still believes that there's something else that's weird going on. And that's quite cool, and we'll come into that later as well. I keep saying that, but that's because everything's going to tie up later, I guess. This is insane, says Lara. Matthias has convinced these men that the spirit of the Sun Queen is somehow alive and keeping them on this island. Interesting. So, cancel out, and there was another thing for us too, wasn't there? Is it below us now, or what? Let's have a look. Let's toggle a local waypoint. Yeah, it is. The thing is, I don't want to go too low and then miss it, because we didn't have the easiest time climbing up here. Well, okay, it was a pretty easy time, but it's not 100% straightforward. Which room's it in? It's in that room there. So if we go over here, oh, careful, Lara, careful. You know, the kind of the mid-falling controls on this aren't too bad. Oh dear. Okay. That wasn't good. Okay, we're back on the floor. Well, where's the entrance to that small room in the middle? I guess just round here on the left? Yeah, okay, right here. Simple. So we get this here too.
Inro are usually lacquered wood, but this one's made of brass. probably dates from the 19th century.
I don't know why, but I expected her to pronounce that as brass there. That was kind of weird. Yeah, in the 19th century, okay. And there's some hidden information on this one too. I really feel like this would be a much more pleasant experience on an Xbox controller. Especially because I think on the controller it vibrates.
The inside of this Inro smells like tobacco. Perhaps this was used as an ancient cigarette case.
Perhaps so. For sure. Okay, so we've got that. Also, I do want to comment too that Lara looks like a right hunchback every time we go to pick something like that up. Has anybody noticed at all? Right, okay, so we're done with this section of the shanty town. Hooray. And that's what I mean as well, section of the shanty town. If you think this is all there is, it's quite a large area. It's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is move to the second section. I kind of divide it into 3 sections. This being the first. In which we are ambushed. And these are looking pretty conveniently placed, aren't they, right now? Yeah, I think so. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, not you, not you. I want to blow you up. I don't want the shield guy getting anywhere near me. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, I was talking about ammo being a problem earlier. And I'm feeling it being a problem right now. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good, guys. This isn't good. Oh, I'm down. I'm down. Okay, maybe not such an easy encounter after all here. Let's have a look. Oh god, my camera. I'm going to actually just try and hide here and see where I can get myself to. My main worry is that giant barrel right next to me. Just as long as I don't hit it with any splash damage. Maybe I can run past them. That might be handy. Oh, 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 oh. I think there might actually be a system here where if you get shot in the back, you take more damage. Oh, dude, come on. You're supposed to be melee. Don't psych me out with that. Oh. Okay, and he's throwing an explosive. Good job, Lara. When he turns the corner. Oh, no, no, no. I had to reload. Oh, God. I've got to actually melee this dude. Come on. Come on. Finish him. Nice. With the rock. No. Yes, she is kicking your ass. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, no, not another one. And again, reloading. Where did you come from? Oh, my God. There was a door behind me. Oh, God. Just let me get my shotgun out. Shotgun. 1 in the face. 2 in the face. Oh, crap. I got finished. Okay, guys. I'm going to cut it. Jesus, I'm sorry. This is not good. Is that it? Oh my god, how is that it? There were so many more before. Okay, okay, I'm back. There were a couple of occasions there where I was like trying to run through the shanty town. The problem is, like, if you're trying to kite them through there, the game definitely doesn't spawn the same enemies every single time. Like, for example, I only killed 1 shield dude on this occasion. But the problem with running back through the shanty town is you never know from every single quarter that you could be attacked, right? You don't know all the different angles that they can start shooting at you from. And because you don't always know how many enemies there are or where they're being spawned from or anything like that, any guy with a machine gun can just come out, and because they can kill you in 1 volley on hard mode, it's kind of difficult to just kite through. So in the end, the winning strategy there was just to be stood here and just sort of shoot them all. And there's a boar coming. Hey! Were you coming to feast on the bodies? Well, I'm going to go feast on your bodies, so... boar slayer. So, yeah. That's kind of how I dealt with that. And yeah, finally we can go into the second section of the shantytown. That effect on the screen, I know you guys are saying that that's just because of blood, but I swear it's not the correct effect. I know it's supposed to show that it's like splatting blood or whatever, but it's not doing it properly. Anyway, we need to crank this thing apparently to get through. And if you have been struggling with effigies, what's going on here? I thought, do I need something else? Oh, okay. So it's jammed. I think we just need to set it on fire. Yeah. So at the same time that it shows you that white cloth can be burned, if you actually look on your right, you'll see an effigy, and if you look on your left, There should be an effigy here. Maybe I've already got this one, but I'm pretty sure there's one on either side of the doorway here. So if you're still missing effigies for the challenge, as I think this is my last one, you can be sure that they're here. But if you get like that one and you still need more, even when you go into the second part of Shantytown, don't worry, because there are still effigies over there. But yeah, okay, so let's crank this by hammering E. There we go, and run on through. Now, I thought that was going to close behind me, but I don't think it does. However, something happens. I remember that.
What's going on?
Okay, so they just mentioned something about the old man, and now they're running over there. Not good. Oh yeah, this is it. So you slide down this. This area of the Shantytown's a fair bit more complicated.
They live like this.
Yeah, tell me about it, with all the bodies and stuff. Yeah, pretty gruesome, Lara. I have no idea.
Oh my god. Grim!
Okay, so Grim seems to be in trouble. And you can shoot these guys off. I don't know how much that helps him up there, but you can shoot him off. He seems to be handling himself pretty well, though. As you can see with that guy, like, falling off. That's another effigy there. So as you can see, they're all over the place.
Lara, up here!
Grim! You escaped!
Get up here! We need to get the others!
Okay, Grim, cool. Hi, man. I'll be sure to get up there and help you out.
Get your arse up here! Watch it, Lara! You've got company! Lara, they dynamite! Outsider! Give it up!
Not a chance, you bastard.
Not a chance, you bastards! Another ambush sequence here. I'm really wishing I'd spent a little bit more of that salvage at the start of the video. Do you remember? Uh-oh. So yeah, if you've not learned how to dodge by now, you might be in trouble. Oh, this is it. This is it. The other challenge is to like destroy all of those alarm systems that are in the area, I think, unless that's another area later. I don't know. I can't be too informed right now. Come on, that was definitely in the head. So what you might be seeing here, guys, is there's a mechanical come in. Well, not really a mechanic, but enemies are going to start getting like armored heads, basically. So they take 2 headshots to kill. But sure. Okay, so now they're going to start roping at you. Do you remember what I mentioned before about how there's an achievement in the game to kill people who are on zip lines, and you have a very small opportunity early on? Well, this is your main opportunity. The Shantytown is full of enemies that do that, and apparently I let this guy get through. Come on, reload. Why do I constantly need to reload? The Shantytown is full of enemies that do it, so I was sure I dodged twice there. Oh, that was a lovely headshot, but now I can't get away. Come on! How many explosions were there? That's nuts. That's nuts. Okay, there we go. We're done.
Lara, you're alive!
Just barely. Where are the others?
Still locked up inside, but I know where they are. Get up here and we'll get them out together.
I can't climb up there from here.
Ah, damn it. Well, they got some kind of setup for hauling cargo. Maybe you can use it to come around the other side.
All right. I'm on my way.
Okay. Right. Now I can say it. Section 2 of the Shantytown is a little bit more complicated. Yeah. So, lots of zip lines, lots of big machinery, and can you kind of see the progression now, how we're going to work our way up, and then you got the big bridges and stuff still off in the background? Yeah? Pretty cool, right? So, yeah, I'm going to call it there for this episode, guys. I'm going to try and go to sleep. Like, I don't know. I just need to sleep. Like, the finale with... I watched the finale of The Office as well today, and it's, I don't know. It's all a bit sad. I've been watching that show for a long time. You know how you feel when you've like finished like a long show or a long book or something like that. Yeah, it's been one of those days. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. And I will see you next time for Shantytown Part 2. And hopefully we can get to Sam. We can get to the ceremony before sunset, because don't forget we're still kind of on that time limit that was set last episode. So yeah, thanks, guys. Look at that. That's pretty messed up over there as well. So yeah, I will catch you all next time. See yous.